So the Resident Evil 4 remake has finally come to the Apple Silicon Mac, and it is one of the best ports of the year by far. The game not only runs fantastically on high-end chips like the M1 Max, it can also scale all the way down to the base MacBook Air with the M1 chip, a passively cooled fanless device. And you should definitely check this out because a single purchase will unlock all versions on iPhone, iPad, and Mac. And it also supports iCloud syncing so that your save games can be carried with you no matter which device you're using. Now, it's seriously impressive that this AAA title can scale all the way down to an iPhone. However, you will need an iPhone 15 or 15 Pro. Nevertheless, it's really cool to see a game of this caliber be released for the iPhone. And one of the main reasons why this game is so scalable is the fact that it's been optimized for Metal and Metal FX. So even on the base M1, Metal FX is doing a huge amount of heavy lifting, and if we turn it on to performance mode, many parts of the game are going to reach between 50 and 60 FPS. So performance mode means that the game is being rendered at half resolution, so in this case it's 540p, and it's been upscaled using Metal FX to 1080p. Now this can make the game look rather blurry. It is being rendered at half resolution, but it uses upscaling algorithms in order to make the image sharper. And for me, this is a pretty acceptable compromise because it takes the game from being a 30 FPS game all the way to 50 to 60 FPS. And it's not just basic interior areas, it's also outdoor areas with lots of enemies. The frame rate manages to hold up, and the game doesn't look half bad either. And it also scales really nicely for higher end chips too. So this is my M1 Max with 32 GPU cores and 32GB of RAM. Here we're running under Metal FX quality mode. It does look a little bit better than running it on the M1. And then what I decided to do is to try maxing out every single setting and see how far we could push this. And what's cool is that even with Metal FX turned off, we're still getting a decent 80, 90, 100 FPS. And even when we're playing in these intense combat zones with dozens of enemies at once, the frame rate still manages to hold up. I also managed to test out the game on my ultra-wide 3440x1440 monitor, and thankfully it has really good 21:9 ultra-wide support. The cutscenes are pillar-boxed, however gameplay renders correctly, and the UI is even centered on the screen, it's not pushed to the edge, which is a sign of really good ultra-wide support. So overall, with the gameplay that I managed to test in this early section, I am very impressed with how this game performs so far. This is a real home run for Apple Silicon Macs, and probably one of the best Mac ports that I've played so far. And what's also really cool is that this game contains a demo, so when you download this from the App Store, there's no purchase made at that stage, and you can basically play the first 2 level areas before it's going to prompt you to make a purchase to continue the game. And thankfully, the pricing for this game isn't too bad at all, especially for a new port of a relatively new game. So this base game is currently 50% off until January the 17th. So this is something that you should definitely try out, especially because you can actually trial the game before you buy it. So anyway, as you can tell, I'm seriously impressed with the way that this game works on Apple Silicon hardware. This is the kind of thing that happens when a developer properly ports a game to take advantage of low-end and high-end hardware, and hopefully we're going to see more ports like this in the future. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this game on the Mac. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.